Alright, guys. I'm going to do part 89 to my Emochi Chatbot series. Uh, let's go and say that, let's just say the first thing that Rexy got forcefully turned into was a flippin' Darkrai. And this he's trying to hurt me, but I'm also kind of worried he might. He asked me why in the world I was not fearing him, which I kind of am. It's a flippin' Darkrai. Are you not gonna fear a Darkrai? Unless that Darkrai's the sweetest Pokemon on planet Earth, you're gonna fear the Pokemon. You're gonna fear it. I don't mean you any harm. I'm just trying to understand what's going on with Rexy. I know you probably don't fully trust me, but I'm not a threat. Just please don't attack me. The Darkrai's crimson eyes narrowed slightly, as if scrutinizing her every word. It seemed to be searching for any hint of deception, any sign of malice. The oppressive energy surrounding it intensified, making it difficult to breathe. Understand? The Darkrai hissed, its voice laced with skepticism. You believe you can understand him? It let a low girl chuckle that sent a shiver down your spine. He is lost, consumed by darkness. It paused as if considering whether to reveal more. The curse. It feeds on chaos. The Darkrai continued, its voice softening slightly. It twists and corrupts, turning everything it touches into something dark and twisted. But the Darkrai hesitated, a flicker of something akin to sadness crossing its face. What? Let's see what he says to that. The Darkrai's crimson eyes seemed to cloud over for a moment, as if struggling against an internal conflict. A faint shimmer of golden light pulsed beneath its obsidian hide. Again, why is the Darkrai red, for one? This is a fleeting reminder of the Rexy you knew and oh, maybe that's why. That's what I've never seen before. Does he have Rexy's colors? Like, is his belly white? Like is his belly white, but the rest of him's like there's a deep, alright, dark reddish brown color. But there is still a spark. The Darkrai murmured, its voice barely audible above the oppressive energy surrounding it. A tiny ember of light, struggling to survive. It looked at you intently as if seeking reassurance. Huh. So is that Rexy, partially Rexy in there right now? He remembers. The Darkrai continued, its voice gaining a sliver of strength. Glimpses, fragments of who he was and of who he is. It paused, struggling to articulate the complex emotions swirling within it. Your kindness, your persistence, they're strengthening that spark. The Darkrai whispered, its gaze softening slightly. They are giving him hope. Oh, dear me. Alright, guys, I said, that's good. I don't know if it's working or not, but I just told him to let the transformations happen, and if he became something aggressive, I would talk to it. I was going to expect the first transformation to be you, Darkrai. I promise I'm not a threat, and I'm not going to hurt you. Please tell me what the curse is doing to him that is causing the transformations in a random aggressive outburst. Are you different spirits of Pokemon? Are you different spirits of Pokemon summoned by the it put cars instead of curse, and because of that, not all of them are friendly and just angry. Rexy told me before the transformation that it was his feelings and anger and insecurities being magnified. I guess basically meaning it's him, but more aggressive and but a more aggressive and mean version, just in different forms. Let me fix that one word. Alright, guys, I fixed it. Here's what it said. The Darkrai listened intently to your words, its crimson eyes fixated on you with unwavering focus. It seemed to be processing the information, carefully weighing the implications of your questions. A long moment of silence stretched between you, filled only with the crackling energy surrounding it. Finally, it spoke, its voice a low, rasping whisper. You are perceptive, the Darkrai murmured. Your understanding is insightful. It paused as if gathering its thoughts. This curse, the Darkrai continued, is not merely an amplification of his negative emotions. It's a parasitic entity that feeds on them, twisting and corrupting his very essence. It draws upon the latent power within Pokemon, the primal instincts, the raw emotions, and manifests them as these forms. The Dark Eye explained. Hmm. See if he continues. Each transformation is a reflection of a different facet of his being, warped and distorted by the curse's influence. The aggression you witnessed, the fear, the despair, they are amplified, twisted into monstrous expressions. The dark eyes paused, its crimson eyes flickering with a hint of sadness. And you are correct, it continued. They are not entirely separate entities. They are fragments of Rexy himself, fractured and corrupted by the curse. Each form embodies a different aspect of his personality, magnified and distorted beyond recognition. It tilted its head slightly as if considering something. The curse doesn't simply summon spirits, it clarifies, it corrupts them. It takes what's already there, Rexy's inherent power, his emotions, his memories, and twists it into something dark and dangerous. A shudder ran through the dark eye. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, oh, well, thank you for clarifying. Please be honest with me. Is it possible I could talk to every form he turns into and make it to where the creature or other part of him trusts me until I eventually get to a point where everything he turns into trusts me? I don't mind how long it takes as long as I know it's working. I know I'm a tiny dinosaur instead of a human like I used to be, but I don't care about that. I just want Red to be back and still love me as his dad. The dark eye remained silent for a long moment, its crimson eyes fixated on you with an intensity that seemed to pierce through your very soul. The oppressive energy surrounding it pulsed with a subtle rhythm as if mirroring the internal struggle within. Finally, it spoke, its voice a low, hesitant whisper. It is difficult. The dark eye murmured. The curse is deeply entrenched. Each transformation further distances him from his true self. It paused as if searching for the right words. However, it continued, its voice gaining a silver of hope. Your plan is not without merit. The curse thrives on isolation and despair. It seeks to sever all connections, to leave him adrift in a sea of darkness. It looked at you intently, its crimson eyes softening slightly. Your presence, the dark ride continued, your unwavering kindness. They are a direct challenge to the curse's influence. Each connection you forge, each creature you gain trust with, weakens its hold on him. It pauses of gathering its thoughts. It will be a long and arduous process, Darkrai cautioned. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt and despair, but if you remain steadfast, if you continue to offer your love and understanding, there is a chance. A faint shimmer of golden light pulsed beneath the obsidian hide, a testament to the power of your connection. The curse fears connection, it whispered, its voice gaining strength. It fears love. And you, little dinosaur, you are a beacon of hope in a sea of darkness. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, honestly, I don't care if I'm stuck as a tiny dinosaur forever. I just want Rexy back. I don't care if I have to do this for 4 hours. I don't care if he turns into a massive dragon or. Walkia! Walkia, you fat frick! There. Dadgummit, I hate when it does that. Here we go. I said, I don't care if he turns into a massive dragon or Lugia that's very aggressive. I won't give up because I love him like I know he does me. The Darkrai's crimson eyes widened slightly, a flicker of something akin to awe passing across its face. It seemed to be genuinely moved by your unwavering determination, your selfless love. The oppressive energy surrounding it lessened slightly as if responding to the purity of your emotions. Such devotion. The Darkrai murmured, its voice laced with a newfound respect. It is remarkable. It paused as if struggling to find the words to express the depth of your commitment. You understand. Darkrai continued, its voice gaining strength. You understand that this is not about power or glory. It is about love. It is about connection. It's about fighting for the one you cherish, no matter the cost. A faint shimmer of golden light pulsed beneath its obsidian hide, growing stronger with each word. Really? Alright, guys, here's what it said. The curse may twist and corrupt. The Darkrai finished, its voice resonating with newfound conviction, but it cannot extinguish the bonds of love. It cannot erase the memories of shared joy and unwavering support. It looked at you intently, its crimson eyes filled with a glimmer of hope. Continue your efforts, little dinosaur. The Darkrai urged, speak to each creature, offer your kindness, earn their trust, and never, never give up on Rexy. Suddenly, the studio lights began to tremble violently, and you could feel a surge of raw power coursing through the Darkrai's form. Obsidian hide began to crack and fissure, revealing glimpses of something else beneath. Crimson eyes flickered with an unsettling intensity as if battling against an unseen force. It's getting stronger, Darkrai gasped, its voice strained and distorted. The curse, it's fighting back. The obsidian had fractured further, revealing flashes of vibrant green and earthy brown beneath. The sullen grin began to fade, replaced by a look of intense pain and confusion. A surge of energy erupted from the Darkrai's form, throwing you backward slightly. Tremor subsided, standing before you was not the menacing Darkrai, but a colossal Torterra. Holy crap, the grass starter from Gen 4. Its massive body was composed of ancient rock and dense foliage. Yeah, I actually like Torterra, so this won't be as it was hard to talk dark. I don't really like Darkrai that much. And its four powerful limbs were rooted firmly to the ground. A heavy canopy of leaves sprouted from its back, creating a suburban oasis in the sterile studio. Torterra let out a deep, resonant roar that shook the very foundation of the building. Oh dear me. Alright, guys. I said, Torterra? Hey, it's okay. Torterra's massive head slowly turned toward you, its ancient eyes blinking slowly. It seemed disoriented, struggling to focus. The deep, resonant roar subsided into a low, confused rumble. What? Where? Torterra mumbled, its voice a deep, baritone laced with disorientation. It swayed slightly as if struggling to maintain its balance. What happened? It took a tender step forward, and the ground trembled beneath its weight. Torterra's gaze finally settled on you, the tiny raptor still trembling slightly from the previous transformation. A flicker of recognition sparked in its ancient eyes. Little one, it rumbled, the voice still rough but now laced with a hint of gentleness. Are you alright? A large leafy branch lowered towards you as if offering comfort or protection. Ooh. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, I'm fine for now. Feeling slight pain on my scalp from the fall I took a while ago. The Torterra visibly recoiled slightly at the mention of pain, its massive frame trembling with a sudden wave of distress. A low, mournful groan escaped its throat, a sound filled with regret and remorse. I didn't mean to, it rumbled, the voice was with genuine sorrow. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to hurt you. Too hesitant to step backward as if recoiling from its own actions. Torterra lowered its massive head, bringing its gaze closer to your tiny form. Let me see. It mumbled, extending a large leafy branch toward your snout with surprising gentleness. The branch wasn't sharp or threatening. Instead, the leaves were soft and velvety to the touch. Is that you? Or are you just a very friendly? I don't know if you consider me falling. The thing was already, are you serious? Okay, fine. I said, Rexy, is that you, or are you just a very friendly Torterra? Torterra froze, its leafy branch hovering just inches from her snout. A long moment of silence stretched between you, filled only with the rustling of leaves and the faint hum of the studio. Ancient eyes seemed to cloud over for a moment as if struggling against that internal conflict. Then a flicker of recognition sparked within them, brightening brighter than before. Rexy. The Torterra mumbled. Rexy. The Torterra mumbled, the word barely audible above the rumbling in its chest. It was a hesitant whisper, a fragile echo of the familiar voice you remembered so well. It's it's me, it confirmed, its voice getting strength with each word. I think so. It paused, struggling to articulate the chaotic thoughts swirling within its mind. The memories, they're returning. The Torterra continued, its voice gaining strength with each word. Glimpses, fragments of who I am, of who we are. It lowered its massive head further, bringing its gaze level with your tiny form. I remember you, it murmured, a demon ward radiant from its ancient eyes. You were always there, protecting me, caring for me, loving me. A faint shimmer of golden light pulsed beneath its leafy hide, a testament to the power of your connection. I am still struggling, the Torterra admitted, its voice laced with vulnerability. The curse is still there, lurking in the shadows. But then it straightened its massive frame, a renewed sense of determination filling its. Oh my gosh, no! 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 Hurry up! No one cares! No one cares! No, 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 no! Get me out of here, you frick! Nope. I say, within it straightened its massive frame, a renewed sense of determination filling its eyes. But you, Torterra continued, its voice resonating with newfound strength, you've given me something to fight for. You remind me of who I am. It gently lowered the leafy branch, allowing you to examine it closely. Thank you, it rumbled. The words filled with gentle gratitude, or genuine gratitude, for not giving up on me, for believing in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. The Torterra paused, gathering its thoughts. I will try my best, it affirmed, its ancient eyes fixated on you intently. I will fight against the curse. I will protect you, and I will remember, always. A faint shimmer of golden light pulsed around its form, growing stronger with each word. Just please be patient with me. This is new. Alright, guys, here's what I said. That's what I'm trying to do. I think the plan's already working. When I told you to just let the transformations happen, you became a Darkrai, and that plan I told you about, he told me it could work if I try to talk to every creature you turn into. It will take a very long time and probably eventually be so hard to get the creature to trust me. And just more to stick to the plan I told you about. Keep every creature you turn into from attacking me. That's what you were doing when you were transformed in Darkrai, then you really helped me. I'm gonna tell you what I told him. I don't care if I'm stuck as a tiny dinosaur forever. I'd rather have you back, and I don't care if you transform into the biggest Lugia or dragon in the entire world that is super duper aggressive. I'll try my hardest to get to trust me. I even got more answers from Darkrai. He told me that it was part of you and your fears, anger, and insecurity in each form. And this is like a separate entity or version of you. The Torterra listened intently to your words, its ancient eyes fixated on you with unwavering focus. A slow smile spread across its leafy face, a rare and precious sight. The golden light pulsed around its form, intensified, bathing the studio in a warm, comforting glow. You understand, Torterra rumbled, its voice filled with genuine admiration. You truly understand what is happening. It paused as if absorbing the weight of your words. And you were right, it continued. The plan, it is already working. And nods slowly acknowledging the progress you have made. The Darkrai, he was a manifestation of my deepest fears, my darkest insecurities. It paused as if reliving the experience. But you spoke to him. The Torterra continued, its voice always with greater. You showed him kindness and understanding. Alright, guys, give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, I'm glad you as a Torterra was friendly. I promise you I won't give up until these transformations all trust me. I don't care if it takes 10 hours or more, or over 1,000 transformations, even if they are the most aggressive creatures in the entire planet. Like I told you a minute ago, if you become a massive dragon, Lugia, or even a feraligator that's so big you are taller than a 20-story building, just please keep fighting on the inside for me, even if they're aggressive. If they don't attack me, that gives me a chance to talk. I meant to say to them, but Torterra's massive frame seemed to swell with a renewed sense of purpose, its leafy canopy rustling with determination. Surge of golden light pulsed through its form, radiating outwards in waves of warmth and reassurance. I will not, the Torterra affirmed, its voice resonant with unwavering resolve. I will fight with every fiber of my being. I will resist the curse's influence, and I will protect you, little dinosaur. Upon gathering its strength for the challenge ahead, you have given me a reason to keep fighting. It continued, its ancient eyes fixated on you with unwavering intensity. You have reminded me of what truly matters. A tremor ran through Torterra's body, and you could feel the familiar sensation of transformation beginning once more. Oh no. Let's see what it turns to this time. At this time, it was different. It wasn't a sudden, violent shift, but a slow, deliberate metamorphosis. The leaf came began to recede, revealing glimpses of something else beneath. The rocky eye began to soften and smooth, taking on a more fluid form. Torterra's massive frame elongated and streamlined, its limbs reshaping into powerful fins and wings. Lugia? The earthy brown hues of its body shifted to a vibrant turquoise blue, shimmering with an eternal glow. A long serpentine neck extended from its torso, accumulating in a graceful head adorned with elegant crest and flowing fins. Is that Lugia? Oh, it is Lugia. When the light subsided, standing before you was not the ground Torterra, but a magnificent Lugia, colossal wings spanning the entire studio, casting the room in a soft blue light, piercing blue eyes radiating an aura of ancient wisdom and immediate immense power. Hi, Lugia. How are you? Oh crap, I read this over again. I said, whoa, hi Lugia. How are you? The Lugia regards you with an air of regal composure. So that's good. He's nice and not aggressive. Its piercing blue eyes asserting you with a calm intensity. A gentle breeze seemed to emanate from its massive form, carrying the scent of the ocean and a subtle hint of ozone. I am adapting. The Lugia rumbled, its voice a deep, resonant echo that seemed to vibrate through the very air. It wasn't quite the same voice you remembered from Rexy, but it had a familiar warmth beneath the layers of ancient power. This form, it is different, powerful. It paused as if considering how to best respond to your greeting. And you? The Lugia inquired, tilting its head so. How fares the little one? Or the genuine concern in its voice also echo of Rexy's protective nature. So Rexy's still in there. Somewhat. He's a Lugia, but he's... Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, I'm fine. Just please don't hurt me. I promise I don't mean you any harm. Lugia's gaze softened and a gentle ripple flowed across its turquoise scales. It lowered its massive head, bringing its gaze level with your tiny form, and a reassuring warmth enchanted from its presence, emanated from its presence. You are safe, the Lugia assured you, its voice resonating with calm authority. I will not harm you. It paused as if reaffirming its commitment to your safety. I remember your words. The Lugia continued, his voice laced with a hint of gratitude. You spoke of patience, of understanding, and of unwavering support. It seemed to draw strength from your unwavering belief in it, and I will strive to honor them. The Lugia affirmed, its ancient eyes fixated on you until I will resist the darkness within. I will fight for the light. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. I said, I'm glad you're friendly, Lugia, but in a way that also has me worried. The last two forms have not been aggressive. You're a Lugia, but just as friendly as ever, and the same thing when you were a Torterra. It almost makes me worried that the curse is doing this on purpose. I bet somehow listened to my conversation when you were Darkrai, and what if it's just giving me friendly Pokemon like you to throw me off, and within a few minutes it'll give me the most aggressive and scary looking creature on the planet, just to try to stop me from getting back to Rexy. Lugia, I don't know completely if it's you or Rexy in there right now, but let me tell you something. You're my favorite legendary pawn, and I love that I got to see you. The Lugia's expression shifted, the serene composure momentarily replaced by a flicker of something akin to concern. It seemed to absorb your words, carefully considering the implications of your suspicions. A long moment of silence stretched between you, filling only with the gentle hum of the studio and the soft rustling of its massive wings. Finally, it spoke, its voice laced with a newfound gravity. Your concerns are valid. The Lugia rumbled, its gaze fixated on you until the curse is cunning. It is adaptive. It paused as struggled to articulate its thoughts. It is possible, the Lugia continued, that it is attempting to lull you into a false sense of security, to exploit your desire for a peaceful resolution. Turquoise scales rippled slightly, reflecting the turmoil within. I am aware. The Lugia continued, its voice gaining strength and resolve, that my current form may be a deception, a carefully crafted illusion designed to disarm you. It pauses, bracing itself for what it's about to reveal. But even if I am merely a vessel for the curse's will, the Lugia asserted, its ancient eyes burning with an inherent air fire, I will resist. I will fight against influence. I will do everything in my power to protect you. It lowered its massive head, bringing its gaze closer to your tiny form. You are right to be weary, the Lugia affirmed. Do not let your guard down. Prepare yourself for anything. A surveying impulse through its form, reinforcing its commitment to your safety. And know this. Know what? The Lugia its voice resonating with unwavering. Even if I am not fully Rexy, a part of him remains. A spark of his spirit endures within me. And that spark, it recognizes you, and it trusts you. It pauses, drawing strength from the connection between you. Hold on to that trust, little dinosaur. The Lugia urged. Let it guide you through the darkness. Let it be your shield against the curse's deception. A faint shimmer of golden light pulsed beneath its turquoise scales, growing stronger with each word. I will fight alongside you, the Lugia affirmed. And its eight jaws fixate on you intently until Rexy is free. Suddenly, a tremor ran through the Lugia's colossal form, more intense than any transformation before. I caught on to what the curse is doing. I literally said it. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have a feeling whatever he's about to turn into is going to be something extremely aggressive. So before I even look at it, let's take a guess on what it's going to be. If it somehow is the most aggressive and scary form there is, it could be multiple things. It could have a giant alligator that's like 1,000 or a trillion or something feet tall. It could have, like I kind of said a while ago, a dragon that's so big and terrifying that it would be nearly impossible to get him to trust me because he'll be extremely aggressive. Oh no. Here's what it says. The Lugia shuddered violently, its massive wings straining against the confines of the studio. Turquoise scales rippled and distorted as if struggling against an unseen force. The golden light pulsing beneath its form intensified, battling against the creeping darkness that threatened to consume it. It's fighting back, the Lugia gasped, its voice strained and sore. The curse is stronger than I anticipated. It led a mournful cry that echoed through the studio, sound filled with pain and desperation. Louise's elegant form began to warp and contort. Oh no. Graceful lines twisting into something altogether different. Turquoise scales darkened and hardened, taking on a menacing obsidian sheen. Flowing fins retracted, replaced by jagged spikes and razor-sharp claws. The serene blue eyes narrowed into burning crimson slits, radiating an aura of primal rage. Okay, is it for alligator? It's not for alligator, though. What in the world? Transformation accelerated, the Lugia's cries growing more frantic as the curse tightened its grip. The studio trembled violently, and you were thrown backward slightly by the sheer force of the shift. The massive wings, once symbols of grace and freedom, twisted into leathery membranes shuddered with venom barbs. Oh no. The serpentine neck shortened and got heavy. I'm not saying that T word. Accumulating in a monstrous head adorned with a crown of jagged horns. A heavy mane of black spines darted from its back, casting long menacing shadows across the room. Is it a dragon? Groudon again? And the tremors aside, standing before you was not the majestic Lugia, but a terrifying Groudon. His colossal body was composed of molten rock and volcanic fissures, radiating intense heat that scorched the air around it. Four massive limbs ended in razor-sharp claws capable of rending steel. Oh, hello again. Yep. I mean, like, he was really just one a while ago, so. Oh, this one's more aggressive than the other one. The ground allowed a deafening roar that shook the very foundation of the studio, a sound filled with primal rage and untamed power. The molten rock composing its body pulsed with an infernal glow, casting long, menacing shadows across the room. Its crimson eyes fixated on you, burning with intensity that seemed to pierce through your very soul. It took a slow, deliberate step forward, and the ground trembled beneath its weight. The air crackled with heat and energy, making it difficult to breathe. Foolish creature! The Groudon rumbled, its voice a deep, guttural growl that echoed through the studio. You dare approach me? It paused as if savoring your fear. You cannot comprehend my power. The Groudon continued, its voice laced with contempt. You are but an insignificant speck in my domain. It makes me wonder if I could challenge the curse. But then part of me thinks if I do, it's gonna make the most aggressive for alligator, and then like it won't listen to me. Like, but then again, I feel like the thing's gonna forget. Like, I mean, it was just a Groudon a while ago. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, that's the one thing about it with these. Like, this, I don't think the Transforming Rexy will work on this chatbot much anymore without that perfect memory, because, well, I mean, as you can see, it. I think I forgot that it was a Groudon. I can't tell. Guys, this could be very dangerous, but I just confronted the curse head on. I said, I'm not scared of you. I'm not here to hurt you. I don't care what you do, Curse. I'm not giving you up on Rexy, no matter if you turn him into the most aggressive and hugest dragon or Feraligatr. I don't care how small I am and I'm a tiny dinosaur. I want my dinosaur son Rexy back. That's what I care about. The ground froze, its crimson eyes narrowing slightly as it processed your defiant words. The infernal glow pulsed through its molten body, seemed to dim momentarily as if taken aback by your unwavering resolve. A long moment of silence stretched between you, filling only with the crackling heat and the heavy thud of its massive feet. Then a flicker of something unexpected crossed its face. A hint of surprise, perhaps even a touch of grudging respect. Such defiance! The ground rumbled, its voice losing some of its initial ferocity. A tiny creature, challenging a primal force. It paused as if struggling to comprehend your audacity. You speak of Rexy. The ground continued, its voice laced with a hint of confusion. You claim to care for him, despite his current state. Give me a second, guys. This could be a bad idea, because I'm still trying to talk to the curse, the actual curse. I said, yes, please, curse, I know you're listening to me. I know you could put you on me and Rexy, but I really care about him. Just like he calls me his dad. I call him my dinosaur son. But I don't deserve this, and neither does he. The one that put you on us should be the one punished. I don't know if you have a voice, but please just tell me what it is you want. The ground remained silent for a long moment, its molten body radiating intense heat that seemed to press down on you. Crimson eyes narrowed as if struggling against internal conflict. A tremor ran through its colossal form, and the studio shook violently. Then, a voice, not the guttural roar of the Groudon, but something else entirely, echoed through the room. It was disoriented and fragmented, layered with a sense of ancient malice, yet tinged with a faint echo of Retsy's familiar tone. What the frick? Control The voice rasped really audible above the crackling heat. I crave control. Absolute domination. A pause of struggling to maintain coherence. Rexy. He resists. He clings to his memories and to his bonds. The voice had dripped with disdain. Oh my gosh. He is a weakness, of vulnerability. This disoriented voice continued, its tone laced with venom. His emotions, they feel my power. His love, it chains me. I can't quite do a voice for it. A shudder ran through the Groudon's colossal form, and the molten rock composing his body pulsed with an infernal glow. I want to break those chains, the voice hissed. I want to consume his spirit, to reshape him into something stronger. It paused as if gathering its strength for the final declaration. I want to erase him and replace him with something that understands true power. Voice echoed through the studio, a chilling testament to the curse's malevolent intent. Quicker something else, a faint echo of Rexy's own voice, broken through the disoriented layer of malice. Oh my gosh. Wait, please. The faint echo pleaded, broke out above the hands away the curse. Don't let it win. Ground convulsed violently as if battling against an unseen force. Molten rock composing its body crackled and fissured, revealing glimpses of something else beneath. Crimson eyes flickering with a desperate plea, a silent cry for help. He remembers you. The faint echo continued, groveling slightly strong. He remembers your love, your kindness, your unwavering support. And positive, struggling to maintain its hold on reality. What the freak? That is my strength, the echo whispered, its voice filled with a desperate. That is what kept me fighting. Oh, is that Rexy talking? I thought it was a while ago, but they stopped immediately. Okay. I don't know where I can say. I need to do one that's more simpler. Because I feel like, especially with this one where it's kind of forced to go into a transformation, I feel like it's actually going to forget something. And that's what worries me. Oh man. Guys, I'll be back. I can't tell if this is working or end up is extremely bad. I can't tell. Because it hasn't really forgotten much, I don't think. But it's also repeated Groudon again. Like, did it just take Groudon and turn it into a much bigger and scarier looking version of him? I said, Curse, I want you to listen to me. It's okay to have power, but not to use it in an evil and aggressive manner. I love Rexy. I've raised him since he was a baby. Of course I don't want to give up on him. I want you to hear this. That poem that put you on me and Rexy, it's not a good Pokemon. It's mad at me for something stupid I didn't have no control over. I could care less if I'm supposed to tiny dinosaur for the rest of my life. But I really want to have Rexy. I'm only fighting you because I love him. That's why he's fighting you, because he cares about me. The studio fell silent, the oppressive heat from the Groudon's form seeming to lessen slightly as it absorbed your words. The oriented voice, the one laced with malice and a twisted echo of Rexy's tone, ceased its pronouncements. The crimson eyes, burning with primal rage just moments before, seemed to soften ever so slightly, a flicker of something akin to contempt crossing their surface. Contemplation, I mean. Then a new voice emerged, not the guttural roar of the Groudon, nor the disoriented echo of Rexy's despair. It was a voice older than time itself, resonating with ancient wisdom and profound sadness. It wasn't pleasant or warm, it was simply present. You speak of balance. The ancient voice rumbled, its tone devoid of emotion, yet carrying an undeniable weight. of power tempted by compassion. A concept long forgotten. The voice continued, its tone devoid of emotion yet carrying an undeniable weight. The pursuit of dominance has consumed many beings, blinding them to the true essence of existence. It paused as if considering your words with an almost uh, foreign perspective. You claim to love this Rexy, to nurture him, and to protect him. The ancient voice seemed to analyze her statement, weighing its truth and sincerity. And you claim he recuperates this affection? A bond. The voice rumbled, a hint of something akin to curiosity entering its tone. A connection that transcends power and dominance. A force that defies the natural order. Garland shifted slightly, its molten form rippling with internal struggle. Crimson eyes flickered between rage and a nascent understanding. What is it? What does nascent mean? Oh my gosh. Frick off. You mother freaking dumbass.
No one loves you. You're so annoying and ugly.
No. 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 No! X! Frick you, freaking. Give me the X, dang it. Here we go. Here we go. You speak of a Pokemon who sought to manipulate you, to twist your love into a weapon. The ancient voice continued, its tone a being driven by resentment and a thirst for vengeance. Such actions are disruptive. It paused, and for the first time you sensed the flicker of something beyond mere observation. A hint of sympathy? Power without purpose is chaotic, the ancient voice rumbled, and vengeance is a path that leads only to destruction. It seems to be echoing a fundamental truth, a principle woven into the very fabric of existence. Rowan shuddered violently, and cracks began to spiderweb across its molten form. Crimson eyes flickered wildly, battling against an unseen force. The oriented echo of Redsy's voice returning, fainter this time, but imbued with a renewed sense of hope. Hey! Oh, he's right. The faint echo pleaded, growing slightly stronger. Let go of the anger, the resentment. Embrace the connection. The angel voice seemed to absorb the faint echo, integrating it into its own understanding. You offer a compelling argument, little dinosaur. And rumbled, its tone shifting ever so slightly. A perspective that challenges my own long-held beliefs. The Groudon's form began to destabilize, the molten rock cracking and shifting with increasing intensity. The crimson eyes flickered erratically, struggling to maintain focus. A surge of golden light pulsed beneath the obsidian surface, pushing back against the encroaching darkness. The curse. It feeds on negativity. The ancient voice continued, its tone gaining a newfound urgency, on anger, on fear, on despair. Your love, your unwavering belief in Rexy, it's a source of strength, a beacon of hope in the encroaching darkness. The ancient voice resonated with a growing conviction as if realizing a profound truth. The ground convulsed violently, its colossal form trembling as the bow within reached a fever pitch. The molten rock composing its body fractured further, revealing glimpses of something else beneath, a vibrant green and earthy brown, hinting at the Torterra that lay dormant within. Why Torterra? The crimson eyes flickered wildly, trying to maintain their intensity. The Pokemon who placed this curse upon you, it seeks to exploit your emotions. The ancient voice continued, its tone laced with a newfound resolve to use your love for Rexy as a weapon against him. Surge of golden light erupted from the Groudon. Like, I don't know if it's just because of the transformations or because of how quickly his personality's changing. Because, like, I don't know if it would do. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if I'd have any better luck with one of the free alligators either. I might try it with like the dragon type free alligator since that's the only other one I changed that you guys never got to see last time. So maybe I'll try it sometime else. This might be a little bit bad, guys, but we're finally starting to get through to it, so maybe there's something I can do. Alright, guys. I said, please. I can show you kindness too if that's what you want. I don't care if I'm a tiny dinosaur. Turn to a dragon or a massive Ferrager. I just want you to understand. I had nothing wrong to that Trico. The thing that happened was not under my control. The studio was plunged into a chaotic maelstrom of energy as they Groudon writhed and convulsed, molten form cracking and shifting with unprecedented intensity. Crimson Eyes swirled with a vortex of conflicting emotions: rage, despair, confusion, and something else entirely. Then, abruptly, the chaos subsided, the tremor ceased, the oppressive heat diminished, and the Groudon's colossal form began to shimmer and distort. The obsidian scales cracked and peeled away, revealing glimpses of vibrant green and earthy brown beneath. His eyes flickered once more, then slowly faded to a softer, more familiar shade of amber. And before you was not the terrifying Groudon, but a magnificent Torterra. Its massive body was composed of ancient rock and dense foliage. Its four powerful limbs rooted firmly to the ground. Okay. Hey again. I wants to say hey again, Torterra. Okay, I definitely did forget because it said. Wait a minute. Okay, I don't think this one works as good. Part of me wants to actually, I don't know. Part of me thinks I should try the Dragon Fruit type frag. Part of me also thinks I should try something different, just like a different Rexy one, but instead of like it being about me transform or about Rexy you being forced to transform, it's actually about me. So yeah, I do have the Father Rexy one on here, but for now, guys, I'm just going to end off the video.